Hey guys, happy Star Wars Day. Or should I say, happy Star Wars Month. That's right. Throughout the whole month of May, I'm going to review every Star Wars movie I've seen. From the original, the prequel, and sequel trilogies, along with 2 anthology films. I'm not going to include The Mandalorian because I haven't finished it yet. I'm also not going to include The Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Andor, The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, or any other vintage Star Wars animated stuff that is on Disney Plus right now because I haven't seen any of them yet. Now, before we begin, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. Now you guys know that I am a huge Star Wars fan. I own the Star Wars movies on VHS. I own a few t-shirts. I have the soundtrack on vinyl. And I also have Super Star Wars for Super Nintendo. It's a pretty good game, but it's also hard. Now, I know that some people watch the whole franchise in 2 different ways. One way is that they watch these films in chronological order, which looks like this. The one thing that makes sense to me about this particular order is the numbering. You start with the prequels, then the original, and then the sequels, okay? To me, the prequel trilogy and the 2 anthology films are just flashback movies, which I will talk about them in future videos. Let's say if we decided to have a Star Wars movie marathon, and I say, hey, let's watch a Star Wars movie where it all began. And then you go, I say we start with the Phantom Menace. And I'll be like, why? Which leads me to number 2, the second way to watch them. The second way is to watch them in theatrical release order, because that's how a movie is shown and how George Lucas intended. And it goes like this. The first Star Wars film came out in 1977. The Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980. Return of the Jedi came out in 1983. The Phantom Menace came out in 1999. Attack of the Clones came out in 2002. Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005. And this is where Disney bought the franchise with The Force Awakens in 2015, Rogue One in 2016, The Last Jedi in 2017, Solo in 2018, and last but not least, The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. And that's the Skywalker Saga. Well, after that great but long discussion, let's begin Star Wars Month, where it all started is what we call Star Wars. Came out on May 25th, 1977. But George Lucas decided to retitle it by adding 3 little words called A New Hope. Why did he choose to retitle it? According to TheTake.com, he explained that he didn't think the film would be a success. But the only person who actually believed in the film's potential was, of course, Steven Spielberg. I wish he was making that shit up. He went on a solo vacation to Hawaii just to hide his shame from the film being a financial failure. Like, I know everyone's gonna hate this movie and it'll become the biggest murder in movie history and everyone will start laughing at me and treat me like shit. When George Lucas turned on the TV, he saw the light that everyone loved Star Wars. It became a phenomenon. It's like the movie kicked Jaws' ass, like, move over, Jaws. We're taking your spot now. It went from a big red thumbs down to a big green thumbs up. I forgot to mention that this review might have some spoilers, so I assume you guys don't like spoilers. So if you guys don't like spoilers, just stop this video right now and go watch Star Wars on Disney Plus or something. Or if you have Star Wars on VHS like me, then you're good to go. By the way, this version of Star Wars that I have, this plus Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, it was the last time that the original anthology trilogy that came out on VHS.
The original Star Wars trilogy on video. One last time.
Now, go watch the movie. I'll wait here for you.
2 hours later.
Oh, you're back? Alright, great. Let's spoil the shit out of this movie. This movie introduces us the most iconic, well-known, popular characters like C-3PO, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course, my favorite Star Wars character, Chewbacca. Now, we see Luke as a whiny, I don't know how old he is, either 13 or 14. Actually, give me a second. Siri, how old is Luke Skywalker in 1977?
Here's what I found.
What?
He's 19? Really? Who still whines at 19 years old? He's not some inappropriate man-child. I'm kidding, but seriously, come on! So in the beginning, he went from a whiny, immature Angelica Pickles, without the devil, into a mature, supportive human being in the end. Sort of like James Bond. So, there's this part where Luke stares into the twin suns in Tatooine. And I gotta say, this shot right here is the most beautiful shot of the sunset or sunrise in any movie I've seen. Also, John Williams' score. I mentioned this in my vinyl record video where John Williams composed and conducted all the music in the movie. I have the proof right here. He did all the music in the Star Wars franchise. Well, most of them. Like 82% of the movie soundtracks are composed and conducted by John Williams. The other two, I will talk about them in future reviews. This is the part where George Lucas decided to with this movie by adding unnecessary things. But I'm only going to mention two things that triggered me in this film. One, Han mentions Jabba. If you guys have seen the unaltered version of this film, we don't know who or what Jabba is. But I thought it would be fun to imagine what Jabba looks like. Is he like a horrifying xenomorph from another galaxy? Is he some kind of up snail? Actually, he's kind of like a giant slug. I mean, just look at him. He looks like a giant snail without its shell. If you watch the special editions of this film, Jabba is there. Why the hell is he in this? Is this some kind of deleted scene? Now, two, this is a big one, and this is from the cantina scene. A debate of who shot first. It is not related to being Die Hard, a Christmas film, which it is. So who shot first? Han Solo or Greedo? Actually, this is a no-brainer.
Yes, I bet you have.
Of course Han shot first. Why does everyone keep thinking that Greedo shot first? I'll prove it to you. I'm going to play this footage in slow motion. As you can see, this extended shot, there's this little red line here where Greedo was about to shoot Han. But if you look closely, Han actually dodges the shot and shoots Greedo anyway. Did you see it? Yeah, I'm assuming you don't. Let's play this again in slow motion. how do you know that Han actually did shoot first? Now, to be honest, we don't give a shit about Greedo, because we don't know anything about him. We don't care about his origin story or where did he come from. All we know is that he's only been in one scene. He talks to Han for like 15 seconds and then he's already dead. So there are some other things that are wrong about the special editions, but I'm not going to go into detail about them because there are so many YouTube videos where they compare the original unaltered theatrical versions to the special editions. I mean, of course you can't have this Star Wars review without this. That's right, the Wilhelm scream. It's so iconic and funny at the same time. At the end of this lightsaber duel, Obi-Wan used the Force to wipe himself down. And of course, Luke was horrified and worried that Obi-Wan damaged the hands of Vader. But don't worry, he'll be back in the Spirit Force form. I hope he doesn't come back butt naked. Ugh. And of course we see Luke gets into this X-Wing and then he explodes the Death Star. It was pretty badass. And the movie ends with the victory ceremony where medals were presented to Han and Luke as heroes. And that concludes the first Star Wars film this month. Despite a couple of negative things that I said about the special editions, Star Wars is still one of the best films ever made. It still holds up today, and it's still one of my favorite films of all time. If you still don't own a copy of the unaltered version of the original trilogy, I highly recommend getting it for yourself. You're not going to regret it. I give Star Wars a 5 out of 5 Millennium Falcons. And that's it. That is the first of Star Wars month. Next, I'll review The Empire Strikes Back. So be on the lookout for that. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you're a fan of Star Wars, be also give it a thumbs up. And comment below what are your thoughts of the first Star Wars film. I would love to read those. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hit that little notification bell. And I'll be back with my review of The Empire Strikes Back. Take it easy, guys. And may the 4th be with you.